Weak planets bring abundance of money, whereas exalted planets bring abundance of good qualities, guna, within the individual. The scholars project Lord Rama horoscope with all planets in exalted state. Now tell me, what good did they did for Rama? Because half of his life went in the jungles and in fighting the army of Ravana. So, exalted planets have nothing to do with luxuries and money, but has more to do with qualities, guna. Exalted planets means exalted superior qualities, superior values, superior principles. In today's age, the more corrupt you are, the more money you have. What a strange mathematics it is, but that is the reality of this Kali Yuga. So weak Venus often brings more money. Many men and women who have Virgo Venus are millionaires. Many well-known wealthy men and women are born with Virgo Venus. Virgo Venus is not always weak Venus. Love suffers because of weak Venus, but life is like a seesaw. If at one end love is at the downside, then money is at the upside. And that is how the loss is squared up. God offers more money and less love. The reason why seesaw has two seats is because that way there is always someone to bring you up when you go down. When weak Venus takes you down on the love angle, on the other side, there is always money to bring you upside. So weak Venus is not as bad as it is being framed by the ignorant society. When you have weak Venus, all you have to do is to take the initiative to love others. If you wait for love to flow towards you, then you will always be in the waiting list. If you really want love, if you really seek love, if you really want happiness, then you have to take the first step. Be a reflection of what you would like to receive. If you want love, give love. If you want truth, be truthful. If you want respect, give respect. What you give out will return to you. Whatever you do to others, it comes back to you multiplied. There are many men and women who do many terrible things behind the curtains. They think nobody is watching them, but they forget the law of the universe, that whatever you do, secretly or openly, comes back to you, because where else will it go? Whatever you throw on others comes back to you. So be aware of your actions when you throw a beautiful rose, so that many roses may fall back on you, showering with love and joy. The only reason for Venus falling in Virgo sign is the contrasting nature. The nature of Virgo sign is pure Mercurian, meaning head, logic, analysis, micromanaging, whereas the nature of beautiful Venus is totally illogical. Venus, that is love, knows no logic, no conditions, no head. When you love, you simply love. And so when love, that is Venus, is in a dry sign, that is in Virgo, you can imagine the discomfort of Venus. It is like a woman full of life, full of energy, suddenly finding herself in a dry, arid, desert land. But if the weather is good, meaning if other placements are supportive, then the deserts also appear beautiful. So there is absolutely no need to strengthen weak Venus, because what God does is always in your interest. The Father knows what is best for His child. The message that I want to give to all my listeners and followers is that please do not get trapped or depressed when anybody tells you that you have a weak planet, because behind that weakness there is a beautiful story that God has scripted and which is in your interest. Always remember, God writes the story of our life. But while writing the story at many occasions, just the way a writer has choices to make, similarly God also has choices to make. But the good thing about God is that God lets us make the choice. So when he is writing that on a beautiful evening you met a beautiful girl, he is leaving the choice with you. Whether you want to make her your partner or whether you want someone else. If you select her, the story goes ahead with marriage or with an intense relationship. If you just have a cup of coffee with her and some nice chit chat and that's all, then the story takes a different turn. She is dropped and someone else is standing, waiting for you at the other end. So while writing the story of your life, God gives us a choice to make at every moment of our life. And it is the choice that you make goes on shaping your destiny. Today, whatever you are, whatever I am, is because of the choices that we made in our past lives. Now, your next question must be, how can we make the right choice? And the answer is consciousness. The greater the consciousness, the greater is the quality of choice. A man of awareness will make the right choice. He will not fall for the appearances. He will be very careful, very cautious, and very patient until he takes the first step towards selecting the partner of his life. But someone who simply falls for the looks, the appearances will simply miss and make wrong choices. Temptations are of the mind, and the mind is very quick to give in because the mind is highly sexual by nature. Those who have been following me closely are aware of the fact that I have been sharing from the very beginning that moon, that is mind, is highly sexual by nature. It is said that certain sages have referred to the 27 Nakshatras as 27 wives of the moon. Managing one wife is so difficult, and 27 wives? You can now imagine how much sexual and womanizer the moon is by nature. The most beautiful man, the most beautiful woman is the one who simply goes with the flow of life. Remember, once you understand that you grow when you don't interfere in your own life, you will start progressing in the true sense. People and the fake society spread all kind of fake messages. They say that if you don't get married, then you will not attain God. Marriage has absolutely nothing to do with God. Marriage is an institution which is formed on practical reasons. It is not just a sexual union but a union of two families, a proper deal that brings strength to both families. Marriage have been used from the beginning of time by emperors and kings to strengthen their political ambitions and motives. So never mix marriage with love. Marriage is a working relation, while love is an altogether different matter.